Assalamu alaikum, Elena here, the Muslim travel girl, and today we are talking about planning your own DIY Umrah. If you're here and watching this video, you probably are wondering whether you can plan your own DIY Umrah or how you can save money on your own DIY Umrah. So that's why I'm here. Alhamdulillah, I have helped over 1 million people with MuslimTravelGo.com, which is my main website where I help and share tips and tricks on how you can actually save money on Umrah, on Muslim-friendly travel and destinations worldwide. So if you want to check this out, I'm going to leave links in the description below. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because I appreciate your love. So without further ado, let's get started. The number one thing you can actually do to plan your own Umrah for much less money is to actually plan your own Umrah DIY style, which means do it yourself. Many years ago, that was not possible. Now you can actually save 40% approximately from an agent package to planning your own DIY Umrah package of a similar level. I do have an article on my website, MuslimTravelGo.com. I'm going to link it in the description below where I did the maths for you guys. I picked the hotels, I picked the flights, and it was 40% saving. This is especially important if you're going with a family and you have children with you that still pay tickets, but not as much. And that's where the real big deals and savings are. So the number one will be, of course, plan your own DIY Umrah. And if you are watching this video, you're most likely planning anyways. My second tip is create a plan. So many times I find people who want to go for Umrah and they think it's not accessible to them. But in reality, it costs so much less money now to go for Umrah than 10 years ago when I started planning DIY Umrahs and when I started running and talking about DIY Umrah. Because we have low-cost airlines and we have so many cheap budget hotels around Mecca, and I will leave links in the description below of all my favorite budget hotels. But it is so much better if you create yourself a plan. So my second tip will be creating yourself a plan. Put down the budget you have, put down how many people are going with you, the dates you're going approximately, but keep a flexibility around those dates, and then start looking at creating your own packages. On my website, I also do examples of DIY Umrahs and flights and things for each month, if that is something you want. But the whole point is when you put it down on a piece of paper, and I'm not talking about just keeping it in your head, but actually putting it down on a piece of paper, you're more likely to make it a reality. Because there's so many people who message me and they're like, I really want to go for Umrah, but I can't afford it. Oh, it's too expensive. However, from anywhere around the world, there are flight deals you can take. Yes, it can take a little bit more planning. Yes, it can, like, you might have to take a few more flights and things like that, but it is possible to do Umrah nowadays, even for a long weekend, for like under £300-400 per person. So don't dismiss that when you start planning your Umrah. 3 tip is look at sales. This video is published in December 2023 and it's going to be relevant for many more years to come. But every December we have sales. We don't only have sales on clothes, we also have sales on flights and hotel deals. So pretty much every website, every online travel agency is having a sale now. And when you have done step 2, which is create a plan and knowing your dates, you can go back and with step 3 actually find flights and hotel deals for the dates you're wanting up to 30 and 40% off. So don't dismiss booking in a sale, even if it is a refundable rate, because you might find something cheaper later on, etc. But hotels and airlines and travel agents like Booking.com and Expedia, they have sales 3 to 4 times a year, and they start from December and then every 3-4 months. And it's always important to keep a side of them, because again, I get hundreds of emails every month on MuslimTravelGo.com, and one of the things that really makes me sad is when people message me and they're like, oh, I want to go there with this airline or this specific hotel, and they literally a few days before they could have saved 30% off, but they missed that sale. If you want to fly with a particular airline, or if you want a specific hotel, make sure you check out those sales, because 30 or 40% off, it is a very good deal, especially if you're planning in Ramadan or if you're planning like for a big family group. These savings can be in the thousands. My 4th tip is using cashback websites and ways of you actually saving a few £100s just throughout your daily spending. I have a masterclass, which I am going to link below, but on this masterclass, I talk a lot about maximizing your daily spend, whether this is through a credit card that you accumulate points or cashback, or whether it is you shopping through cashback portals. I literally save hundreds of pounds a year with cashback portals. I needed a VPN, I got £60 cashback on this VPN. I needed a home insurance, I got £50 on the home insurance. You know, everything I do is to maximize my spend. And if you live in a Western country, and if you live in a country that has cashback websites, which I'm pretty sure a lot of countries now in the West have cashback websites, you can save hundreds. What I do with that money, however, is I actually put it in a travel jar, or virtual travel jar, where I store the money, and then I will end up with £300 or £400 that I can use either for a flight, or to upgrade my hotel accommodation, or to do some fun activities with my daughter while we're traveling. And do not dismiss that amount, because sometimes it could be £10 or $10 or $20. But at the end of the year, you will have enough for a hotel night or a flight night, or to have some luxury bougie thing that you wanted on your holiday. And I specifically do those cashbacks, and I put them in my travel jar, because that's why I do it, to save money for my travels. But it is such an easy tip to actually save you money, especially if you're going to Umrah on a budget airline. Number 5 for me is decide what type of visa do you want. So we have so many visas available now for Umrah that it can be confusing and it can be overwhelming, and you can just be like frustrated with all the options. I have a link in the description again with my visa options and an explanation. But basically, if you are from the UK, you will have a visa waiver, which is £30. If you are from other countries, you will have a tourist visa that you can issue. You have a transit visa, which is free and provides accommodation as well in Saudi Arabia if you're traveling on Saudi Airlines. And you also have several different types of visas. The thing is, if you're going for a tourist visa, issue your visa close enough to the time that you're flying, because then you will have longer time to use that visa, since it's a multi-entry and multi-exit visa, and you will be able to, you know, do another Umrah by the end of that year. Because if you're traveling, let's say in December, and you want to go next December or November just before it expires, you will still be able to use that visa and not have to apply for a new visa. Now, this visa, in the tourist visa, it comes with travel insurance. So make sure that you check all the visas. And I do have a video on travel insurance and Umrah. But for example, the visa waiver does not come with the travel insurance. And also, I have so many people who think that the visa waiver is a much cheaper option, especially for UK residents. But in reality, if you plan to go multiple times for Umrah in the year, actually the tourist visa is a better option for you. And again, from Europe to Saudi Arabia, you can get a budget airline that can save you a lot of money. So you can literally pop in for like 3 or 4 days if you wanted to. But by having a visa waiver, you will probably pay the same amount of money that you would pay on a tourist visa, but you will have some extra benefits that you wouldn't have otherwise. And check out my video on travel insurance, because it is very, very important to actually make sure that your family is covered while you're in Mecca. I have heard horror stories, and I don't want you to be one of them. Summary, here are the 5 things I would personally do if I'm planning an Umrah in 2024 in order to save money. The first one will be to do a DIY Umrah myself, because I can save up to 40% on an equivalent package. The second one will be to plan in advance. I do have a strategy video up here, but planning in advance your holidays or the places you want to visit can really save you money, because then you are aware of when you can budget and when you can save, and you can keep your eyes open for discounts and sales, etc., that happen throughout the year. Number 3, which connects with number 2, is again taking advantage of flight and hotel sales. 3 to 4 times a year, they have hotel sales that can save you up to 30 and 40% off. Now, December 2023 or December 2024 will be the time for you to look actually up to those offers and book for the year in advance. Number 4, cashback websites. You have a cashback website, whether it's from your debit card, from your credit card, or its own website like Top Cashback or Quidco in the UK. you have an option for cashback. Use that cashback throughout the year for spending and then accumulate that money for your travel jar. Number 5, make sure you pick the right Umrah visa for your circumstances, because it's very important. You can save money, you can have more coverage, and you can just make your trip a little bit easier, especially if you are planning to do more than one Umrah in the years to come, inshallah. I hope this was beneficial for you. If you have any more tips on how to save money, drop them in the comments below and I will make another video, inshallah. If you like this video, like, subscribe and share, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.